4029 News at 4 starts now.
We are tracking breaking news out of Minneapolis. An investigation is underway after a deadly shooting involving ICE. An Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer shot and killed a motorist today during the Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown in a major U.S. city. It's a shooting that federal officials say was an act of self-defense, but the city's mayor described it as, quote, reckless and unnecessary. Let's turn to your weather now as we get a live look outside. Many of us could see showers tomorrow, and some of us might even see a storm. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee. And Darby, we could see some rain. Good, thank you, Darby. Well, we know that Americans have been enjoying some of the lowest gas prices in years. But will the situation in oil-rich Venezuela change that? Experts say the answer is pretty complex. Karen Caifa is in Washington with a look at the possible scenarios and what it all means for consumers. So some climate experts are sounding the alarm about the Venezuelan oil that President Trump is claiming for the U.S. Most is what's called heavy sour crude. So they say the oil is, quote, dirty, the oil thick, kind of molasses-like, and experts say extracting and refining it are energy intensive. They add it has more planet-heating carbon than other varieties. Experts also say that lighter crude oil is cheap and abundant right now, so that's what's actually keeping gas prices lower for American consumers. Well, turning to this, NATO and other U.S. allies are watching with concern as the White House discusses options to acquire Greenland. This includes the Trump administration not ruling out possible use of the military. Experts say the recent U.S. actions stand to erode relationships with our allies, and they say the comments also threaten the NATO alliance and embolden China and Russia in their aggressions towards Taiwan and Ukraine.
It's not like either Xi Jinping or Vladimir Putin needed a lot of encouragement to think about, let alone act on, taking over some of their neighbors. Of course, that's what in the case of Ukraine, the Russians have been doing since 2014. And in the case of Taiwan, China has been preparing for decades.
Experts say if the U.S. decides to go against its allied interest, it would likely pay a big price, not just to Europeans, but itself. And now to Oklahoma, where state legislative sessions begin in less than a month. A new bill focusing on student literacy is gaining popularity. So House Bill 2944 is similar to a bill in Mississippi that holds third graders back when they don't pass reading tests. It also requires schools to create a summer activity or summer academy for students who don't perform well.
There's a saying that in K through 3, you learn to read, and then from 4th grade on, the rest of your life, you read to learn. If we just promote people based on age and not competency, we're just setting them up to flounder in their academic career.
The bill would also require literacy coaches or special teachers to work with low-scoring students. Now, meanwhile, lawmakers were back at the Capitol today in Missouri. They have a lot on their plates, including several issues surrounding affordability and the cost of living. The governor says that he wants lawmakers to take a close look at eliminating the state income tax.
He wants this tax cut, as great as humanly possible, to be revenue neutral, meaning that you're not going to see a cut in overall services.
Missouri is staring down the barrel of a very tight budget year. And, I think it's important for us to make sure that the bottom line for Missouri families is what we keep in top of mind for legislators.
Now, another tax issue in play, property tax. A Missouri House committee held hearings last summer to find some ways to relieve some of that pressure. Officials say one potential problem is property taxes are tied to funding public schools. And the Republican heads of Missouri's Freedom Caucus has 3 bills targeting professional sports teams who leave the state. He wants teams to pay for what they leave behind. His first proposal would require anyone who leases a public facility with a capacity of 60,000 and is home to a professional sports team to be liable for the cost of demolishing that facility. Now, this would also apply if the facility can't be used for something else. Meanwhile, his second bill would ban tax credits for teams that occupy a facility with 75,000 seats. And the third proposal would force teams to pay money if they announce that they're leaving. This would include a $50 charge for every ticket sold and a 5% charge for all sales made within the facility. The money would go towards paying for and maintaining the stadiums. The Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame announcing its newest inductees. It features a few names that you may know, of course. So alongside former OU QB and Heisman Trophy winner Sam Bradford, you'll see a few other Sooner State stars, as well as the 2025 NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. The entire team going into the hall. Of course, that includes our very own Pro Hogs, Fort Smith natives, Jalen Williams, Isaiah Joe. Now, it took all 7 games, but the Thunder won their first ever NBA title last summer. The championship win sparking celebrations across the city and even leading to a championship parade right here at home.
Thunder have done so much for Oklahoma City. They've brought so much to the city. And I think it's cool we get to honor them in here with all these other great athletes and teams.
The class of 2026 will be formally introduced on March 26th, and the new inductees and the Thunder's exhibit will go up in August. Well, after government shutdown-related delays, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and U.S. Department of Agriculture released new dietary guidelines today. Its recommendations will now shape the types of food schools serve, what doctors recommend to patients, and what can be purchased on food stamps. Ivan Rodriguez coming up next on 4029 News at 4. It's been 1 year since the deadly Palisades fire in Southern California. There are signs of progress after the blaze destroyed thousands of homes and claimed 31 lives.
So now it's go time. It's time to build.
And when we come back, authorities have new protocols and tools, but the people impacted are still reeling. Plus, the CDC releases its 2025 measles report.
There is a threat that the United States could lose its measles elimination status.
Experts explain why everyone who isn't vaccinated is at risk. And we're taking a live look outside over Rogers. Tomorrow will be an impact day as we watch for showers and possible storms. Your 7-day forecast is coming up. But first, let's get a look ahead to tomorrow. 4029 meteorologist Laura Huckabee has that early morning forecast. Well, it's been 1 year since the historic wildfires in Southern California burned down thousands of homes, forever changing the landscape. There are signs of progress after the most costly wildfire in U.S. history, and some people are celebrating the progress while others are expressing frustration. ABC's Jacqueline Lee reports from Altadena, California. Let's get a live look outside as we watch for rain that could arrive in our area later tonight. 4029 Chief Meteorologist Darby Bybee has a look at our Get Ready forecast. And Darby, one more day of potentially record warmth before it starts to feel a bit more like winter for our weekend.
Yeah,
Thank you, Darby, and stay up to date on those changing weather conditions with our free app. And we want you to stay with us for 4029 News at 5. The District 26 State Senate race is headed to a runoff after no candidate got 51% of the votes. The special runoff election between Wade Dunn and Brad C. Simon now set for February 3rd. And researchers did a study on how exercise benefits both men and women. Next at 5, what those results have found. Multiple large outbreaks in 2025 put the U.S. measles elimination status in danger. Today, we get the first and final look at the total number of confirmed measles cases reported in the U.S. in the past year. Experts shared the latest data released today by the CDC and explained why everyone who's unvaccinated is at risk, regardless of age.